Have you ever been to a wedding that is more than just a regular wedding? Do you know a culture where parents save money for more than a decade for their child's wedding? A wedding where food and ceremony show their individuality from other weddings and last for as long as 3 days. The Humanities Communication Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now, please join our host, Paulo Caserta.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talents for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students when not on camera or behind the scenes, working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they're planning, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a person who loves Pakistani weddings. He has been videotaping his family's weddings since he was 12 years old and would like to share with us this ornamented experience. We would like you to meet today's guest, Bu Ali.
Hi.
Hi, Ali. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. Tell us about clothing for each day and the rituals that you perform in Pakistan wedding.
Well, there are 3 days of the wedding. Usually there could be 4, but there are usually 3 days of the wedding, and each day it's all different dressing and different the way we do the rituals. The first day is called Mehndi, like henna, and on that day the girl wears regular clothes, no makeup, and the guy wears regular clothes and doesn't shave. And the rituals, one of the rituals we perform is that the groom's people go to the girl's house and then they put in wedding the henna on the girl's hand and they put money on it, and then while they're going there, the kids dance. Everyone dances while they're going to the girl's house, and they perform different kind of dances on the street while they're going to the girl's house. And when the guy gets to the girl's house, and the people, they greet them like with the open heart, and they give him food while they're walking in. The guy has this blanket on the top of him, and that's one of the rituals, that he has to have the blanket on top of him from the street till the enter of the house till he sits down, and they have to do that, which is really interesting because not people are like, what? Why does that have over the head? But this is the reason they have it, because it's one of the rituals. And while he's walking in the house, every person that's in the house goes and greets the guy, the groom, and while he's coming in, and they have these roses petals, and they throw on the rose petals, and there's at least 200 people on the wedding, every wedding that there is, and the food is provided for every single person, and everyone comes with their kids, their parents, their grandparents, so everyone, like from England, like all over the country, all over the world, people come to and see a wedding. It's mostly like how hard it is to do it, but it's the best. Second day is Barat, and on Barat the groom wears suit and the girl wears her complete dress up, and she dresses up complete and wears her full makeup, and this day the groom comes and takes her home. And the third day is the walima. On the walima, the girl she goes to groom's house, but third day she comes from groom's house to her own house, and then this is where they perform most of the rituals. And this is when the girl is really dressed, and she's like, all the people from her house there, all the people from the groom's house are there, and everyone comes together, and then they do perform rituals. The girl's makeup is fantastic. They spend over $10,000 just for the makeup. Wow. And the rituals they perform is like, there's so many people that come in and they perform dances in front of the audience, in front of everybody, and they take at least 6 months to perform the dances, which is a really important thing for them. So it's like, mostly people think that it is like only wedding they're ever gonna have, like in their entire life. This is the why they do all these things. And parents save at least for like 20 years for their daughter's wedding, if they're not that rich, if they're middle class. So they save forever, which is really hard. If you think about it, they save every money, and there's so much in the house. And imagine if there's more than 5 kids, and they have to save for every single kid. And this goes for not only bridal, but also for the groom. Same from both sides. So it's really a lot to encounter if you have to be there to know.
It sounds really amazing, and thanks for sharing this experience with us. Could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, there was a lot that I was doing. My major was business administration, and my friends were taking this course, and they were telling me how interesting this course is, and I would see them with the cameras running around and making movies. I was like, wow, because I always had this courage to be an actor, to do something that has to do with TV, because I always want to be on TV and do something. So they told me, why don't you take this course? And I was like, hey, I don't know, I don't have time. So I waited for like 6 months, a year, and I was like, hey, why not? Why shouldn't I just take it? So I just decided to take the course. That's one of the reasons my friends that introduced me to this course and introduced me to Stoney, of course, and he was a great guy, and he explained me a lot, so that's why I took the course.
That's great. What are some of the most useful things you have learned in the TV course?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, I think this is my first class, so I haven't learned too much, but some of the most useful things I've learned is like how to handle a camera, basically, because as long as I've been doing so many weddings, but I wasn't like really a professional. Now that I've taken so much courses, it seems like I'm like half professional, because there's so much I've learned in this class, like shift focus, how to zoom in, zoom out, the study shots, how to fit the music to the mood of the movie, and how to do the countering everything. Like, there was so much that I've learned, and these are some of the things that I've learned in this course.
Oh, that's great. Now, please tell us about the Science Day, the sequence, the campus story, and the New England Fall Project.
Well, the first thing we did was the interviewing the science project, which was really important, and we interviewed John Dolan, and we had 4 or 5 different cameras, and we did zoom ins, zoom outs, and we took close-ups of the chemical reactions, which was really amazing, and we did close-ups of the audience, the kids that were like amazed to watch the chemical reactions. And my favorite was the balloon, when the balloon went back up, and the kids were like screaming, and this is one of the things, and editing was the really hard part, but there was so much to do, but I love doing it because we had to put together. Second thing we did was the sequence. That was the first time whatever I did was the first thing we ever did, so I didn't have too much experience, so we only did cutaways only, and I used some on-campus people to help me out with it, and one of my friends was helping me shoot the movie. It was really hard because I was really new and I didn't know what to do, but Stoney explained really well what we need to use, so it got a little better when I kept going on, but it was good. That part I liked this part because at the beginning it was exciting too. And then the next thing that we did was the fall. In the fall, what we did was we had to go outside and shoot the fall foliage, everything that has to do with the fall. So I went in Fairfield, it was called Lake Mohegan, I think you've heard of it probably. Yeah. And you go there and we shot all the different locations, and whatever I tried to do. And the most we used was the editing. The editing part was kind of hard, but we put it together, so it was really nice. But so many people helped me out too, but I wanted to do everything on my own, so I was trying hard to do whatever I can, and it was really interesting how I used Zooms. And the last one I ever used was the campus story. Now that was the most funny one because we had to tell a story without the wording. So at first I was like, how am I going to do that? But then the music was the main part. The music was telling the story, what was going on, and the actions and reactions. So we used zoom-ins, we used not really zoom-ins, but cutaway zoom-ins and cutaway zoom-outs, and the face reactions, the close-up of face reactions, and the campus. We used actors from the campus, from the acting classes, and it was a lot that we did, and there was a lot of editing involvement that we had to do, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. Now tell us a little bit about your best project.
My best project was the fall foliage. And that, what I did was the New England fall. I had to tape at least 3 to 4 hours of video in order to take only 3 minutes, because first of all I was new and I didn't know that much, so I kept going and shooting was not right, and I did it again and I did it again, and then I went back to Stoney. Stoney helped me, and Stoney told me, hey, do this, you'll get better, and he explained me some of the things about shift focus, zoom ins, slow movements. He used tripod only, never do it without tripod, which was really helpful, because when I went back out there and I tried to do it the same way he told me, it was amazing, because I used the zoom ins, flip ups and flip downs, and cutaways, and should focus, some of the dissolvements that we use. As you can see, you'll see that from one scene to another scene, there's a dissolvement, there's a cut, and that's most of the editing. So especially we had to use the music. We had to put the music to fit the mood of the fall, because there was no people. We still had to show what's going on in the story. So it was a lot of work, that involvement. And then my favorite was when we had to like put the zoom in and take the zoom out and all the other. So it was a lot of involvement because it took so much to do so less. So it was a lot.
And what would you like to create next?
Well, there's a lot that I would like to create next, but one of the most used to thing is that I would like to edit all my movies that I have for my other weddings, and I would re-edit them again and make them as much better as possible, and keep creating more weddings for my family. And they have to pay so much for them, and now I know I will go help them myself and do whatever I can to help my family and to help my friends, and that way I will have experience as well as I will be helping them. So that's what I will be creating next.
And that's great. What are your long-term career goals?
Well, long-term, I had so many of the different subjects that I wanted to do, but I think my long-term that I've taken this class is TV production. I always want to be an actor, you know, but I never thought of being a director. But now that I've taken this course, it's so interesting. There's so much to encounter. There's so much we can do that I really want to be a director. And what I will want to do is direct my own movies. That is what I'm in the process of writing a story. Actually, 2 stories I'm in the process of writing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to direct my own stories and hopefully go to Pakistan, that's where I'm from, and England and Canada next summer and shoot those movies over there if it's possible, you know. And that's what I would like to do: edit my own movies and edit my own movies and direct them, and if possible, you know, hire my own friends and make them and give them a chance to come be a talent and come in the movies. So it's good for them too. But that's my long-term career goal, and go to NYU. Basically, I want to do my major, finish over here NCC, complete all the courses here for TV production, and move on to the NYU and finish my course, and inshallah I will go over there.
I'm sure you will succeed. Today we got to meet someone who shared with us the excitement and customs of his culture weddings. As a new TV director, he hopes to apply what he has learned at NCC to possibly film feature competitions and direct his own movies. He also plans to use the new knowledge from the Television One to edit his own movies in the future. We would like to thank Bu Ali for joining us today. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed meeting one of the television futures directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Paulo Caserta, directed by Will Gentile. I'm your announcer, Erica Hunter. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.